Well, depression is a battle faced by nearly 10% of Americans, yet more than half do not receive care. MUSC has recently developed a new app to combat the gap in treatment. Here to share more is Dr. Jennifer Dahne, professor in the Addiction Sciences Division at MUSC's Department of Psychiatry. So glad to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're here to talk about the Moodivate app.
Yep.
This is such a cool app. Tell us more about it. How does it work?
Yeah, so we developed Moodivate really to fill a gap, specifically within the primary care space. So what's happening is our primary care providers in this country are on the front lines of identifying patients with depression and then connecting them to treatment. But what we know is that more than 2/3 of patients who screen positive for depression in that primary care setting never access or receive care. So we developed Moodivate really to try to fill that gap and connect patients to care exactly from that point of contact with their primary care provider.
So is the Moodivate app only for people in and around MUSC, or can anybody download it?
No, anyone can download it right now. So if you have an iPhone, if you have an Android, you just go to the App Store, you search Moodivate, and you can download it right now.
Perfect. You were mentioning that people that have been positively identified as suffering from depression. Yep. Does the Moodivate app help you decide whether or not the symptoms that you're experiencing could be clinical depression?
So the way that Moodivate works is that it focuses on trying to get patients re-engaged with life and kind of re-going again. So what we know is that when you're feeling down, when you're feeling depressed, what happens is essentially you kind of drop out of life. You stop doing things that used to bring you pleasure, used to bring you joy, and that just makes the symptoms worse. So what Moodivate helps someone do is it helps them first think through, well, what are my goals for my life? What are the things that I want to achieve across all different parts of my life? Then within those goals, what it walks you through is identifying, scheduling, and then ultimately completing very concrete activities that get you going again. And by re-engaging in life, that helps to improve your mood now. And it also helps you to develop those skills so that depression doesn't recur into the future. Also within the app, there are different assessments that the patient can complete to see, am I getting better? Are my symptoms getting worse? And so they can track that over time to see how using the app, changing their behaviors is actually improving or perhaps worsening, but most likely improving their symptoms of depression.
So Moodivate meaning motivate. So it
exactly,
helps
that's the play on words.
Right, so it helps you motivate to improve your mood.
Exactly.
So when you are engaging in the world, when you are functioning and doing the things that every average person, I guess, needs to do, getting up in the morning, going to work, taking care of the family, that they actually have that sense of purpose. And
exactly. And it's kind of counterintuitive to what folks might think. A lot of times people think, I need to first feel better in order to change what I'm doing. But actually, we try to flip the script on that here. We change what you're doing, and by engaging with those things that lift your mood, that then makes you feel better, and then it's easier to keep doing more things.
That's so interesting, because it is true. Most people say, I need to feel better before I can do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So you change. How effective is that?
So what we found in our large clinical trial that we did at MUSC was that patients who used Moodivate, as compared to patients who received usual care for depression within the primary care setting, had twice the likelihood of achieving remission from their depression. That means that their levels of depression dropped to very minimal levels, again, as compared to usual care within the primary care setting. So we were really excited about that. Most of our patients that were enrolled into our study actually had kind of more severe levels of depression, and even those patients experienced really meaningful benefit from engaging with the app.
So once you get on the app and you start to go through the different portals and you accomplish things, how do you keep people engaged in it, though? Because I think, like with anything, whether it's a diet or taking vitamins or whatever the case may be, to keep going to not just self-motivate, but to have some sort of accountability.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there are a couple of different pieces there. The first is that we built a number of different features into the app to really try to engage people. So there are different elements that kind of make it like a game. You can receive different badges and you get motivation in the app to keep going. Then the other side to it is, my hope as a clinical psychologist is that someone uses this app, they learn the skills from it, they incorporate those skills into their daily life, again, to feel better now and to keep feeling better into the future, and then they stop using the app.
Right, exactly.
And then it's kind of this always there companion in your pocket, where if you need kind of a refresher or you're feeling down again, you can revisit it. But I hope that folks get off of the app on their own, yeah.
Well, sure, and to put everything into practice just organically.
Exactly.
Right? But that's good because everyone kind of needs a witness to their
Exactly.
Otherwise, you think, well, if no one's watching, if no one knows, no one cares, then what's the point?
Yeah, so it really is that support to kind of get you going, provide that accountability that you're talking about now, and then help people improve and feel better.
Okay, very good. And it's free?
So the way it works now, if someone downloads it from the iOS or Android App Store, it's free to use for a week. Okay. If you like it, you can subscribe, and there's a very nominal cost, either subscribe for a month or for a year, and then you can keep using it.
What kind of an impact do you think this is going to have on some of our rural communities and those that really don't have access to care?
Yeah, so that's one of the things that is most important to me in my lab at MUSC is thinking about how can we leverage these digital and telehealth platforms to get care out there for depression and for other issues that people are facing, particularly into rural communities where there just are not enough mental health providers to go around. So I really think
or just regular health care.
Exactly. Yeah, so I really think that a platform like Moodivate could help for depression treatment, particularly in those rural parts of our state.
Fantastic. Dr. Dahne, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
The Moodivate app, download it, check it out. I mean, just take a look at it. You can download it at the Apple Store or Google Play. Thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this.